Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an eye tutorial for you guys. This is going to be the eye look that I recently did in my glowy skin makeup tutorial, and when I post my picture on Instagram for that day, I got so many comments wanting to see a tutorial on the eye look, and then I got so many comments on the video as well. So I just decided today to go ahead and share with you guys exactly how I did that makeup look. I did use the new Becca Cosmetics and Jaclyn Hill Eye Palette. This is the Champagne Collection Eye Palette. It has 5 eyeshadows in it. It's a great palette for every day. It's so simple. It's just really kind of the everyday go-to colors that you would need to do an eye look. So this is the palette we're going to be using today. I actually have 1 or 2 shadows that I am going to use outside of the palette, but I know you guys probably or definitely have them in your makeup collection. They're very simple colors that I know you probably have. So let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so first, as always, I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes using the Urban Decay Potion Primer in Original. I always need an eye primer on my eyes so that my shadows do not crease. Okay, so next, this is one of these shades that we're gonna be using that's outside of the palette. For me, I'm gonna go in with my MAC palette, and I'm gonna take this shade right here called Blanc Type. Any kind of great blank shade that you have to put all over the eyelid is gonna work perfect no matter what you have. I'm sure you guys have a color in your makeup collection that looks like that. And the reason why I'm going in with this shadow is, for me, we're going in very minimal with shadows. We're gonna be using 3 shadows out of the whole Jaclyn Hill palette, so it's not gonna be that many. And for me, I wanna put this down as a base, because being that we're not using too many shadows, you wanna kind of cover up the colors that are in your eye. So I'm gonna be using my Sigma E55 shading brush, and I'm gonna go ahead and apply this as my brow bone highlight first, and then blend it down into the rest of my eye and just apply it all over the lid. Now, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking, you know, why don't you just use MAC Soft Ochre, which is the paint pot that everyone in the world uses? And I've actually talked about this a couple times, and the reason why I don't use soft ochre, it doesn't matter how little or how much I use, it always creases on me, and then it also always, I feel like, just looks really cakey on my eyes. Again, I know every person in the world loves it. Every big name professional makeup artist loves it. So as you can see, we've completely blanked out our eyes. So now to start off with the rest of the eyeshadows. So first, I'm gonna go in with my Sigma Tapered Blending Brush. This is the E35 brush. So now I'm gonna go into the Jaclyn Hill Eye Palette, and we're gonna go with the shade right in the center. It's called Cordial. And we're just gonna put this down really mainly as our transition shade. So starting in the outer corner, I'm gonna go from outer corner to inner corner and just blending it back and forth. Of course, being that it is our transition shade, you want it to be completely blended. I'm gonna start to blend it upwards towards the brow bone. It's a really beautiful transition shade color, I love it. The struggle of having all the windows open and every truck in the world going by, and the dogs can hear everything. I will say too, the main focus of this shadow, I kind of want the main focus to be in the outer corner, because that's where we're gonna put the majority of the shadows, but I do blend it to the inner corner, but mainly putting the majority of the pigment from your shadow in the outer corner. Okay, so now that we have that down, I'm gonna go in with my Sigma Blending E25 blending brush, and now we're gonna go in with the shade right here. This is called Cognac, and again, mainly putting it in the outer corner, and we're just gonna start to slowly define this eye look. So starting in that outer corner, just gonna go ahead and blend it into the crease, and then also kind of slowly blend it up just to give more definition to our eye look. Also going from outer corner to inner corner. Again, I really kind of want to focus the majority of the shadow in this outer corner. Just going back with my big fluffy brush, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend everything out. Okie doke. And then the last shadow we're gonna use is gonna be this one right here. This is called Bordeaux. I'm using the same E25 blending brush that we've been using this whole time. And now with that shadow, I wanna put it in the outer corner of my lid. So as you can see right there. And then I wanna put it right into the crease. Now this shade, I do blend up a little bit because of the fact that I do have hooded eyes, so I do like to blend this shadow up, but I am mainly focusing this darker shadow in the outer corner and right into the crease. Again, going back with my blending brush, blending it all out. Just want it to be really nice and soft. And then you can continue to go back into that shade, Bordeaux, and deepen up the outer corner as much as you want. I kind of want it to be nice and soft, like I said, so I'm not gonna do too much, but I do like to make sure that my outer corners do have definition to them, because if they don't, I feel like my eyes just get lost. So just go back and forth and get it to your liking. That's pretty much the shadows that we're gonna do. I'm now gonna go in and do my gel liner. I'm gonna be using my Inglot gel liner in number 77, along with my Sigma small angled E65 brush. So again, just do the winged liner like you always do. I do have a tutorial that I always have linked down below. It is kind of a older tutorial. I did it like when I first started my channel, but it is very informative. It gives you a lot of tips and tricks on how to do your wing. So go ahead and check that out if you need to. Now, this is another step that is completely optional, but I do it because for me, again, I don't know what it is, but when I do very minimal eyeshadow looks, even if I have a bunch of shadows, it always transfers to my upper lid. So one thing that I do that really helps is I go in and I'm gonna set my liner. So I'm gonna go in with my black. This is MAC Carbon, any black will do. And I'm just going in with a angled brush. This one I think is actually from BH Cosmetics. And I'm just gonna go over my wing and just kind of press the black shadow on top to just kind of set the wing that we just put down. I also do this as well to kind of soften up the wing a little bit so it's not as harsh. So you can go ahead and go over the lines that we put down, like right here, and just kind of soften it a little bit into the rest of the eye look. So as you can see, I just feel like on camera, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but I feel like this liner looks a lot softer than this one. So that's another reason why I love putting black over it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the same thing on our other wing. And that's the only other eyeshadow that I'm gonna use that's outside of the palette. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and apply our lashes. So I'm gonna go in with my Duo Clear Lash Glue. And for the lashes today, I'm gonna be using the ones that I've been, oh no! I'm gonna be using the lashes that have been my obsession recently, and these are the Velour. These are the silk lashes, and these are in this style Fluff and Cool. Love these so much, and it gives a really beautiful look to this eye. It kind of gives it like a cat eye look, I think. So before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and apply mascara to my lashes. I'm using my Galactic Star Lash Mascara, and this is in the shade Mink Black. Any black mascara that you have will do. So apply a coat of glue to my lashes. I'm just gonna go ahead and apply these as well. All right guys, so now that we have both lashes on, I'm gonna go ahead and do my face off camera. I am using the same exact products that I used in that tutorial, so I will have the tutorial link down below, and I'll actually have it like linked on the screen for you guys, so just click on that link and it will take you right to the tutorial, and then you can come on back and finish watching the eye look. But I'm gonna use the same exact products that I used, and I'm gonna do the whole face, and then I will be back to finish up the eyes. Are you kidding, lawnmower people? Well, hopefully the lawnmower people aren't bothering my sound, but we're gonna continue and finish up the eye. So I did the rest of the face. Like I said, I will have that video linked down below for you guys. So first I'm gonna go back in with Bordeaux, yes, Bordeaux, and just deepen up the outer corner just a little bit more because I like to have the outer corner nice and defined. And then again, going back with my original big fluffy blending brush and just blend all of that out. Okay, and then to finish the under eyes, I'm gonna go back in with Bordeaux. I can never look down in the mirror and do this, so I'm gonna go like this. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this right to the lower lash line. I'm using my Makeup Geek pencil brush. And then I'm gonna go in with a clean blending brush. This is the E25 again, this is a brand new clean one. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Cognac, just a little bit, not too much. And I'm gonna blend out the lower lash line with this shade. So now for the lower lash line liner, you can go with a nude liner if you would like. As always, I'm going in with my Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes in Onyx. I'm gonna go ahead and line the waterline with that. I'm also gonna tightline the upper waterline. Okay, and then for mascara on the lower lashes, and we are done. And then I actually lied. We have one more step to do for the inner corner highlight, which where is my little brush? It's not in here. Of course, I'm just gonna use my finger. Okay, so for the inner corner highlight, I'm gonna go into my Jaclyn Hill Champagne Glow Face Palette, and I'm just gonna mix Champagne Pop and Prosecco Pop and put that as my inner corner highlight.
And then for this part, I had to do voiceover because the weed whacker in the background was killing the vibe of the video. But anyway, so to finish off the look, I'm going to do the lips. So I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat Lip Pencil, and this is in the shade Iconic Nude. For lipstick, I'm going to be going in with the Bite Beauty lipstick in the shade Honeycomb. And then on top, I'm going in with my lip gloss by Bite Beauty as well in the shade Honey. I talked about this in my May favorites, how the Bite Beauty products have been kind of my go-to nude this month.
Oh, smells so good. Alright guys, so that is it for this eye tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I really do love this palette. I think it is such a great, essential, everyday palette. So if you guys can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend going and purchasing it. It is a great palette, and of course, it's by Jaclyn Hill and Becca, so of course it's amazing. So if you like this video, please make sure you give it a thumbs up, and also make sure that you're subscribed to my channel. I love you all, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.